Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, June 19th. Welcome to the Inside Edge. And long before the founding of the Republic, there was a position called town crier, and that person's job was to read announcements from the government. So the town crier would dress up in an ornate costume and stand on a street corner, attract a crowd, and proclaim the news. Small towns streamline the system. They would post notices in a public square so that people who traveled into town from their farms to visit the general store or the post office could read about new laws or government actions and proclamations. And in the late 1800s, governments began passing laws that required public notices to be printed in widely read newspapers. And now the legislature is considering how to modernize a system that's been around since ancient civilization. And it's become a fundamental part of American democracy. And at times, legislators struggle with maintaining a one size fits all system in the 21st century. So let me tell you about one of my favorite Jersey towns, Walpack in Sussex County, with a population of 7. Walpack has a mayor and 2 council members and a total of 5 homes. And they exist on the minimum state aid package, which means the municipal portion of property taxes is 0. And every time Walpack wants to pass an ordinance, they need to spend tax dollars to publish notices in the New Jersey Herald. That's the law. They have no choice. The 3 governing body members can't just drop off copies of proposed government actions to the other 2 homes. And, it's not like everybody in Walpack doesn't know each other because that would violate the state's public notices law. And here's the kicker. The New Jersey Herald doesn't even deliver newspapers to Walpack. There's not enough customers there to make it worth their while. So Walpack pays for legal notices that are unavailable to its residents. And it's not just rural Jersey. If you live in Camden and you want to learn about what your city council's doing, it's going to cost you over $1,200 a year to buy the Courier Post to read the legal notices. And if you live in Newark, where there is no newspaper, you have to have internet and a computer or a smartphone, and you have to pay for a monthly NJ.com subscription. Underprivileged communities see their tax dollars paid to run legal notices in newspapers that they can't even afford to buy. Times are changing, everybody. We all know that. People get their local news from vibrant local weekly newspapers or from the internet. And just so you know, Warren County, which has sued the Star Ledger and Gannett to overturn the public notice law, they still have a town crier. That's it for today. The Inside